Hi traders and welcome to the weekly commodity report. I'm your host Paul. In this video we're going to use wave analysis, look at the charts, try to determine where price is going. We're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's start. I'm going to start with natural gas. This is the futures contract. And last week I was thinking that I'm going to go out to 4 hour here. That we had three waves up. And then they should come down right into this perfect zone. And so far they've given us 5 waves up, but this 5 waves, they almost came and broke that previous high of 3161. They came up to 3159, so 2 ticks away from breaking it. Because they didn't break it on this initial try, I think what's happening is they're making a diagonal, and instead of this being 1 2 and 1 2 3 for 1 like I thought, I think this is just that's 1, that's 2, and they're going up in a diagonal, and then 1 2 3 ways, that's 3, this was 4. And so what I'm expecting now is we've got 5 up, came right into perfect zone for the B wave, and then one more push up, break that 3161. And then that should give us a 5 wave leading diagonal. Now, going out to a daily, like I don't see any way on this chart that this, whenever you have a diagonal, it's either a leading or an ending. I don't see how that could be, like somehow, unless this is going to be, that'd be so ugly. Like this is going to be a running flat. I just don't see this. Like this 5 waves is the C, like this is like the A, this was a B. It's kind of ugly, but that's the only way that natural gas can go down, is if this diagonal is actually an ending diagonal for some type of running flat. But I don't see it. It doesn't look like a normal running flat. So I think this is going to end up being a 5 wave move, leading diagonal, and then there'll be, I would think, a pretty substantial correction coming before it resumes up. So one more push up, break 3161, and then somewhere above there, if you're long, I think you got to have some type of strategy in place to protect your profits there. All right, let's move on to oil. Oil looking really good. Huge move off of that bottom from last week, 72.43. I see a 5 wave move up. And so now it needs a correction. And it looks like we can say that the 5 waves are in. It came right into the target zone for the 5th wave. And then strong sell-off on when the inventories number came out. And so it looks like the start of the correction is happening. But all we have is just 1 wave down. There is a possibility that maybe this could even turn into still a running flat for more up. So we don't know what's going on here. But, I wouldn't necessarily be buying yet, because if this is the start of the correction, we only have just 1 wave. And it'll be something bigger. The only way I could see this going up is if this is going to turn out to be a running flat here, which is possible because that was very sharp. But a break of this low today, 77.85, that'll confirm that this is not a running flat. I'm not expecting this, but there is that potential that there is still 1 more up. But I'd only be waiting for a correction to happen before getting into oil if you're not already in. if you're in, then you just need to have some strategy on what you want to do. If you want to take profits or maybe use options to sell calls. But there should be a bigger correction happening, bigger than anything that we've seen so far. So, yeah, I like oil, but if you're not in, I think you might as well just wait for some type of correction. Hopefully, you can get it in the somewhere in this 75 to 77 range at least. So let's watch that. Oil looking good. Let's move on to the metals. Start with copper. And let me go out to a 2-hour chart. So we had that nice 5-wave move down. And then all they did is corrected for a shallow correction and then rejected off of that zone. So we got an ABC down. And it's in this buy zone, the first buy zone. Just a matter of, is this all the selling? Now, this was pretty strong. I mean, each little correction was just very shallow and it just kept going down. There is very much a possibility, especially the way this is going, because there's only 3 ways up. So there could be one more down, or this could be the B wave, and it's just the beginning. Like this is the A, and then they're going to come down for a B, and then go back up for a C, and then come down. So you just got to pick your spot, because I really like copper. We had a 5-wave move. It's just a matter of how deep is the correction going to be. I mean, there are 3 waves now at this 443 level. So there's the potential that that's all of it. I just think that this was pretty strong. And that could just be the A, and we're going to get a B, and then still one more down before copper takes its next wave up. But yeah, I'm only looking for buy setups, and it's just a matter of what your risk tolerance is. Buying here, and if you tight stop if you wanted, just to wait and see. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, copper looks great. Let's go on to gold. Okay, gold. So we had a 5-wave move down, and then they just gave a nice ABC correction right into this sell zone, and then it ripped down. So just like copper, we got a 3-wave correction here, and there's not a whole lot of divergence, and this sell was very strong. So just like copper, we got 3 down. Gold looks a little bit stronger than copper. This is a little bit more stronger. 1, 2, 3. See, it does look like it's almost like a 5-wave move for gold. But I think this is a pretty strong move down. So I could see them kind of bouncing around here. Maybe one more up, and then still, I think there might be one more down, just given on how strong that sell-off was there. One more down, and then go. But buying here isn't the worst place. Just a matter of really your level for risk, because this could turn go to a 4-hour. I mean, if this 5 waves is complete, this correction could take a while before we go back up for the final 5th wave there. All right, moving on to silver. All right, so silver almost got into that zone that I've been talking about, that 28.97. And pretty much just like copper and gold. This one, however, this isn't as strong of selling, but there are 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little 1, 2, 3, 5. So it almost looks like this could be a leading diagonal. It's either WXYXZ, and that's all the correction, and it just fell short of this 28.97 level. and now silver is going to rip up for the fifth wave, or this is a leading diagonal, and then just like copper, all we have is three waves up. So, you know, unless they're going to make a diagonal going up, you know, that could be one, and they're in the process of creating two, and then they'll be going up for 3, 4, and 5. That's a possibility. Or, you know, this is just the start of a correction, and that's like the A wave. You might get a B, a C, and then one more drop, and then they would get into this purple zone that I've had for a while, into this 26 to 28.97 range. So just a matter of how comfortable you would be holding silver here, and if it still drops, you know, farther down more. But there is the potential that was, you know, just a triple correction and silver's going up. So I'm only looking for buy setups. You know, could always do like half and half, you know, half here and then half if it drops more or something like that. Because I do see more up eventually for silver. All right, let's move on to uranium. All right, so uranium keep falling. Now this really looks like a running flat to me. Like this is how a running flat should look. 3 down, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 up. And it does look like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like 5 waves. So it really looks like a perfect running flat. So this would be the A, the B, and when they hit this 28.79, that was the C. And it's doing exactly what you would want it to do. After completing the 5 waves, you want to see a very strong push away. And that's exactly what they've done so far. So uranium looks really good to be going up and taking out its high now. Now, if they do, just like all the metals really, if for some reason they would come back down and break that low again, then this could be like, you know, because it's kind of strong, that could like just be the A wave, and then they'll make a B wave, and then a C, you know, just a bigger correction. But, you know, just like all the others, you know, as long as your risk tolerance allows it, like buying here to go all the way up is really good. You just got to know that, you know, there's always the possibility that they're just going to be making a bigger correction before they go up. But I think uranium, I think this is almost textbook of what a running flat should look like. I see 3, 3, and 5. I mean, that's just, it's almost too perfect. But yeah, I really like uranium to be heading up now to break the high. All right, that's what I see on the commodities. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes and support. I'll see you in the next video.